Hey, y'all, and welcome to the next segment of the Bryan Kohberger murder case. Whew, I didn't know he was indicted already on some things, but I want to get into it with y'all. What we need to know, y'all, what's going to happen next is the capital murder trial of Bryan Kohberger would have started this week, October the 2nd. If anything had gone as planned, instead, those awaiting the trial have an indefinite weight on their hands after Kohberger waived his rights to a speedy trial back in August. Kohberger was arrested in December in Pennsylvania in connection with the fatal stabbing of University of Idaho students Madison Morgan, Haley Gone Calves, both 21, and Zana Colonel Cornado and Ethan Chapin, both 20. He is facing, I didn't know, 4 counts of first degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary after the plea of not guilty was filed on his behalf by Judge Judge Idaho Second Judicial District in Lather County. Okay, Lather County Prosecutor Bill Thompson is seeking the death penalty. Pre-trial hearings are scheduled for September 22nd. Were all postponed because of an specific illnesses until October the 26th, further delaying the proceeding. Okay, with no end or start in sight, here's what transpired in recent months as the prosecution and the defense worked towards the eventual start of Kohberger trial. The right to a speedy trial under the Sixth Amendment of the United States Constitution. Every resident has the right to a fair speedy trial. This means the accused must be brought to trial within a reasonable amount of time from their arraignment. Under the Idaho state law, criminal defense must receive a trial within a 6 month. If they don't, waive their rights. Okay, waiving the right as to a speedy trial extends the legal processes and gives the defense more planning time. That's what occurs with Kohberger and Taylor. Kohberger's lead public defender told the court the scheduled start date of October 2nd did not give the defense legal counsel adequate time to prepare. Taylor said the defense wishes to postpone the trial date just once, while Thompson, let me stop this for a minute. Okay, while Thompson called it a smart move. Okay, Bowles and Bay's criminal defense attorney, Edwin L. Cox, previously told the Idaho Statesman the amount of evidence and complexity involved in Bryan Kohberger case made it virtually impossible for the trial to start on time. The day has not been set for the start of the trial, but it could be in 2024. Who knows? Quote, Kohberger was indicted by a grand jury, y'all, in May on 4 counts of first degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. A grand jury is a group of 16 to 23 jurors whose job is to determine whether there is probable causes to believe an individual committed a crime. A grand jury can hear evidence, compile witnesses, and request documents in making their decision. Kohberger attorney plans to argue that the indictment should be thrown out on several legal grounds. That argument was supposed to be present at the postponed hearing last week, which has been rescheduled for October the 26th. Kohberger defense raised concerns of bias among the grand jury in August. The defense also said there was a lack of sufficiency evidence and use of improper evidence in the indictment, and that the prosecution withheld evidence from the grand jury that would disprove Kohberger's guilt. The defense, wow, the defense also argued that Idaho Constitution demands a grand jury use the same level of certainty as the trial. Beyond a reasonable doubt, the grand jury operates on a lower legal threshold of probable causes, for which only 12 of the 16 selected grand jury must support indicting the defendant. The prosecution objection to the defendant's challenge is filed under a court approval seal, which keep their argument hidden from the public. What Kohberger alibis? The defendants filed Kohberger's alibi in the early August, stating alibi had a habit of going for a ride alone, and that often he would go for a ride at night. The defense says Kohberger was on one of these late night drives on the night of the killing last year, late November 12th into November 13th. There was no specific witnesses to say where Kohberger was in the moment of the killing. Kohberger previously declined to provide a pretrial alibi after the state request one with his defense, stating the motion to provide an alibi in an attempt by the state to force the defense to open his work product file and let the state peek inside. Cameras in the courtroom, we spoke about that the other day. Just a reminder of the camera in the courtroom. Kohberger defense this morning, they argue about that. We have a video on that. So those who missed it, it is in my it's on my channel. Okay, defense attorney Jay Lawston said cameras in the courtroom risk dehumanizing Kohberger and denying him the rights to a fair trial. Wow, according to Associated Press. Wow, he getting a lot of authority here. All right, judge say he is considering an approach often used by the satellite television. We did that, y'all. These are stuff that we already talked about. So the only part I'm going to talk about now is that DNA evidence dominates hearings. The 6-hour plus hearing on the August 18th was primarily dominated by arguments about whether the state should hand over all other DNA records that led to Kohberger's identification through discovery. The argument revolved around investigated genetics and genealogy, which is the use of DNA on a public genealogist website in an investigation. So we spoke on that. There was 4 witnesses testified on behalf of the defense, y'all. We didn't know it because they didn't let us see it. Effort to obtain the records with one of the attorneys, Stephen Mercer, saying the release of the IGG record is the minimum practice standards. But Idaho discovery rules mean the state isn't required to hand over the IGG document, according to Jeff Nye, chief of the Idaho Attorney General Criminal Law Division. Okay. All right, y'all. And this is XANA. They were trying to get XANA to cut that music down. They had all that loud music playing, so they were trying to get her to cut the music down. Somebody called about the noise at that time. It's the night that they was murdered.
Megan, I have her information. I have her cell phone number too. Okay. Hello, miss. What's your name? Xana, do you live here? Yes. Okay, did Megan talk to you earlier? Okay, does Megan live here?
For those who don't know XANA is the last one they murdered in the house. She was the one doing the TikTok. Okay.
Yes, I have. She's at the corner club.
Okay. Did she tell you anything about anything that happened earlier or anything like that?
Honestly, not really. I've just been here the past hour.
Okay.
Just trying to go to bed.
Can I grab your ID from you?
Yeah, I'm not 21.
Okay.
My roommates are 21. I just can't go to bed.
We're not here to talk about the alcohol stuff, okay?
Okay, yeah.
But this is the second noise complaint we've had here tonight within 2 hours.
I'm sorry
Okay.
about that.
So this time it was the blonde gal and the guy on the back porch playing music, okay?
Kaylee.
So
I sincerely apologize about
Okay.
that. I'm just going to bed.
Okay. So just so you understand, you could be getting a misdemeanor citation for this, which means you have to go in front of a judge and explain why you couldn't keep the people in your house quiet. Okay? We've already talked to Maddie once and told her the same thing. Okay? The only reason she's not getting a ticket is because she's not standing here in front of me. But I'm telling you right now, if we have to come back, you're getting a ticket.
Okay, so I'm
We'll have to
not
go
right
see a
now.
judge.
I'm fine right now.
You're not getting a ticket right now.
I'm just trying to go to bed right now. I mean, I understand you guys. You're coming here. I'm just going to bed.
Okay. Well, understand that you're responsible for the residents.
Okay.
So whoever else is here, if they have a safe way to get home, you need to kick them out. Or tell them to come inside and be quiet. Because the houses that are on this hill all the way around here, we can hear you from clear down the road when we're coming up here.
Wow.
And that's
I'm so sorry.
we're past the point of having polite conversations, okay? Because neighbors are being kept up. Okay.
I'm sorry. It's just like,
Is the blonde gal and the guy up there, are they roommates too?
I'm sorry, what?
The blonde gal and the guy that's upstairs, are they roommates too?
None of my roommates are home.
Oh.
He talking about Kaylee.
So do you understand 100%
I understand.
what's going to happen?
I'm just going to tell everyone.
And y'all know something. I wonder, he sure worried about Kaylee. You remember he said, you know, the officer said the one with the blonde hair, with the tall guy, he is constantly worrying about Kaylee. She already said her roommate's not there.
And I'm not saying that you got to tell everybody to have to leave, but I'm telling you, any outside music, any loud yelling needs to be done.
Okay.
Because we're not, next time you're getting a ticket. Okay? And if you get a misdemeanor citation, the university is not going to take kindly to it.
Yeah.
So not only do you have to go see a judge,
I've never had to deal with this ever.
Yep. and we don't want to start now. I remember having to come here, so I understand you guys are having to get together, but people have a way of taking the invitation and using it as an excuse to get out of control and be loud. Exactly. Okay. It's okay. I just hope for your sake that your friends don't put you in a position where you get the citation and you have to go to court to defend yourself from your friend's behavior. Make sense? Okay. You want to get a good phone number for her?
And just remember, the Dean of Students Office probably will be contacting you about this as well, about student code of conduct issues.
Yes, I have. What's the telephone number for you? Any questions?
No.
Okay. Make sure your friends don't get in a bad position. Tell them it's time to be done. Okay.
There's like
Yeah. It was the two that were around the back. We had to holler at them and turn the music down. So, alrighty.
guys. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Take care. Okay.
That's the end of that video, and that is XANA. That's the last girl that was killed in the was murdered doing her TikTok in the middle of the night. Yeah, that was her. Okay. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'm just gonna stay out. It's like an update information what's going on. So Bryan is gonna have a case. He's gonna have a trial, a grand jury trial. So y'all like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. I'm out.